Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm doing a redo video of my PM2 collection. I posted a previous video before this. The first attempt at making this, I poked myself pretty bad with one of these knives. No joke, got a really gnarly little stab wound in the joint of my finger, which is just an unfortunate spot where it landed. But anyway, we are doing a redo today. So I recently picked up that copper version of the PM2, and so what I want to do is I wanted to share a video on YouTube because I kind of did a little reel, like a little short video. It's like TikTok style stuff. I don't post on TikTok, I only post on Instagram, but I've been having fun using music and making these short little videos and stuff to try to be a little entertaining and share some things outside of just posting a picture. But you know, it's not fair because I know a lot of you guys on YouTube don't have Instagram accounts. You don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook or other social media, which is fine. So now I'm sharing it here on YouTube in a full video. So I know a lot of people are curious. I do occasionally mention that I have a PM2 collection, and people will send messages like, all right, well, which ones do you have? Which ones don't you have? And then at the end, I'll share what I'm looking for. And you guys, some of you guys are expert knife people. And you can let me know if there's anything I'm missing. You know, I've tried my best to try to figure out all of the different versions that are out there. Now, specifically trying to find all the different blade steel variants. I understand that there's certain blade steels and there's like, you know, 4 or 5 different handle styles or whatever. I don't care about the handles at all. I just want one of every different blade steel that they've ever made in a PM2 from Spyderco. That is my goal. Once I hit that, then there's other stuff. Then there's other, you know, variants and customized things. There's a button lock version. You know, there's just some cool stuff out there. But that's my first goal. All right, and there's a ton of them. So we're going to jump right in here. I do have my Spyderco PM2 Mat because I use this every day. It is dirty because I use it every day. It sits on my work desk, and I'll take knives apart on this mat. You know, do all kinds of stuff. So if you haven't seen it, here's a schematic. Those are all the parts to the PM2. All right, so pretty cool. And this is, I mean, these little like mats, they make these for a lot of different guns, a lot of different knives. They're really fun. It literally shows you the specs on the knife, a blown out schematic of all the parts, including a list of all the parts. So it's just kind of fun. Just good for, you know, mouse pad or, like I said, a desk pad or work pad. That's how I use it. So, jumping right in, we're going to look at this black G10. This is the OG Spyderco PM2. Very simple. As you can see, this one is in CPM S30V. Very simple, very plain, very original. Then we have this one. This one is also in CPM S30V, but this has the Digicamo handle scales. Super popular. A lot of people like the plain black one, but I think there's even more, I don't know, physically more of them out there, but I just happen to see these a lot more than just the regular black ones. So this is also still in S30V. Then I have another one in CPM S30V. This of course has the Emerson waved function, all right, on top here. So black plain G10, it's literally the same knife as this, but I had to have the Emerson. I'm just such a fan of it. I love it. I think it's really cool, but same deal, still in CPM S30V. So the next one here, also in CPM S30V, but this one I had to have because it was the Tanto blade. All right, so now we have 4 models, and this person put on the, I don't think this is original, I think they put these marbled carbon fiber scales, aftermarket scales, but super cool. I could be wrong. This could have been a stock setup, but I don't think I've seen it before like that. So yeah, even though I have 4 blades here, I'm still only representing 1 blade steel, CPM S30V, which again is just the OG version. Now, I would still like eventually to have the Wharncliffe version of the PM2. I do want a fully serrated version of the PM2. It would be in S30V. Pretty simple. So these are the bare bone basics. All right, so I'm gonna try to make some room here, get these as close as possible without bumping them, because there's a lot more coming. All right, so in no particular order, I'm just gonna start showing all these other ones here. This one was a more recent acquisition. This is the 52-100. Get that to focus for you. Very cool. Of course, you could see that kind of patina on the blade there. Very nice. All right, next up here, We have the CPM S35 VN, one of my favorite steels. Very cool. All right. Next up here, you guys have seen a dedicated video on. This is the Blurple coloration. And this one is in CPM S110V. All right. Next up here, definitely one of my favorites. I love the red, but I also love the blade steel. This is in M390. Very cool setup. The red just really pops. It's just something special about that. All right. Next up, you guys saw this very recently with this beautiful micarta handle scales here. This is the Crewwear, and this is the one that bit me the first time I made this video. I'm actually going to wipe off some of those fingerprints on the blade. And I have used all these knives. All right, see little scratches here and there. Let me bring the mat down to the left here just a little bit, because we're going to go off of it. All right, next up here, we have CPM 20CV. Definitely one of my favorite steels. I also do like the simple kind of khaki G10 that's on here. But yeah, CPM 20CV, by far, I almost want to say it is literally my favorite steel. I love M390, S35V. I would say those are like kind of my top three. CPM S35 VN, M390, and CPM 20CV. Those have to be my my top three favorite steels. In what order? I don't really know. If I had to pick one, 20CV. It really is just, it's amazing. It is amazing. All right, so a couple more left here. Next up, we have this beautiful gray. All right, this one is in Maximet. Let that focus. All right, put this guy down here on the bottom. Next up, simple black G10, butter blade steel, CPM S45 VN. Put that guy down here. And our very last one, let me squeeze these guys over just a little bit and put that on the mat. Last one here, and the most recent, is our copper. This thing is super heavy. And this one is in our CPM Rex 45. And a beautiful patina on that copper. So, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Spyderco PM2s. So I'm going to grab my cell phone because I do keep a list on here of what I'm missing. So, let's go to my PM2 list. So obviously I have 13 here as mentioned, but I only have 10 different blade steels, I believe. So what I'm missing is S90V, 10V, CPM 4V, CPM M4, CPM Spy 27, LMAX, HAP 40, K390, CTS 20CP, and CTS 204P. Now, in addition, as I mentioned before, I do want the Wharncliffe version in S30V. That was a Cutlery Shop special, I believe, an exclusive from them. I also want the fully serrated version in CPM S30V, and possibly a lefty version, okay, which is interesting because the compression lock is swapped for lefty carry. So really I have 13 more that I want, but again, just about 10 that would kind of complete the different blade steel collection. So am I missing any? There's a lot of blade steels here. I mean, there's what, 20 plus different blade steels? That's insane. And then, like I said, there's even variants on some of these blade steels with different handles or colorations, you know. So there's a ton out there. And besides that, I also happen to have in my case here a separate set of scales. I believe these were the originals for this. That would make sense because these marbled carbon fiber aftermarket, I believe. And I also have this from way back in the day, this beautiful Spyderco lanyard. I forget what this is. Maybe it's pewter. I don't think it's silver. I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but these were like, I don't know, 75 bucks or something way back in the day. But I thought it'd be cool to keep in this collection because occasionally when I carry, I will throw it on one of these. And all these saw use. All these got pocket time, albeit some of them very little pocket time and very little use. But the idea behind this collection is this is one of my favorite knives from Spyderco. I mean, if I had to only pick one knife, and trust me, it's really hard because there's some awesome, there's models that are even like more comfortable than this, you know, but the PM2 is where it's at for me. If I was forced to pick one Spyderco model that I can only have, it would be this. Obviously, you can see I like them. I have a bunch of them. But it was all worth it because this is just a fun little collection. It's all about the hunt. You know, that's the best part. You know, talk to anyone who's into knives, especially some of the higher end knives. You know, it's just like you're waiting and waiting and waiting and try to find it, or something that's super, you know, exclusive or just hard to find, rare, whatever. And it's just the feeling of trying to track one down. You finally get it, and you get it in your hand, and it's like, just wow, like I really, really wanted this. Now I have it, and now you got to find another one to look for. That's just how it works. It's like with any hobby. You can have your dream car. I'll tell you, anyone watching this video, I can give you your dream car. That's not going to be it. You're not just going to drive that for the rest of your life. You're going to want other cars, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's all about the hunt. It's the anticipation. It's the excitement, you know, waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you finally get that. You know, it's a big build up, you know, and there's no shame in that. You know, people, I've actually got a message, it must have been like 6 or 8 months ago, and someone's like, oh, I feel really stupid because I really wanted this one knife, and I finally got it, and now I just don't care. I get it. That's happened to me. Like, I really, really, really want this one knife, and I finally get it. I'm like, okay, I get it now. That's cool. Once it's in your hand and that's it, you own it. I don't know. There's just a little bit of that excitement lost. There's just something to be said about that. But for me, it's all about the hunt. So, you know, trying to track down these other ones, trying to work out trades, it's very difficult. It's not like everyone I talk to who's doing trading has these. Some of these are very hard to find. And the people who bought them originally, they just want to keep them, you know, because they like them. They bought them to use them and have in their collection. And because they're harder to find, they know they're more valuable, and they just don't want to give them up. So it makes it very difficult. And for me, it makes it, you know, extra exciting, you know. So anyway, that's it for now. If I get a couple more, like if I get one more, I'm not going to do another update. But if I get, I mean, obviously, if I ever finish this collection, I'll do a video on it. But if I get like 2 or 3 more, maybe I'll give you a quick update in the future. But again, it's totally sporadic. It's unexpected. I happen to be talking to someone. Hey, you know, you're looking at trade. Hey, here's what I got. Hey, do you have any PM2s? Oh yeah. Oh, you have this place? Oh, cool. And then I really try to work out the deal. And there's been a case where like 2 or 3 on my list, at least the what was it, 204P, I think. Someone had one, but like I just didn't have anything that they wanted. That happens too. They're like, thanks, and I'll give them a list of like 50 knives, and they're like, nah, I'm good. I don't want those. I'm looking for other stuff, and that's just how it is. I don't always have something that people want. So anyway, that is it for now. I didn't cut myself in this video, which is awesome. Still tender, still sore. Just nasty. If you didn't see the other video, this guy right here bit me right there in the joint. Just the point went all the way in, and it didn't hit any bone because it was right in the joint, but I feel like it went halfway through my finger. It's just nasty, nasty stuff. So accidents happen. That's why they're called accidents. Can't prepare for them, but you can do your best to try to avoid them. That's about all you can do, is try to avoid it and be extra careful. But yeah, I mean, I've been playing with lots and lots of knives for lots and lots of years behind a camera, and sometimes I'm just swinging things willy-nilly, and won't be doing that for a while. So anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. Hope you enjoyed the little eye candy. You know, if you like knives, even if you're not into Spyderco, it's just nice seeing a bunch of the same knife. It's kind of cool, right? You have to admit it. It's kind of cool. Seeing a collection. I've always been a fan of collections. So if you collect one specific type of knife, I want to hear about it down in the comment section. Very popular. People just collect fixed blades. I know people who just collect one brand of a knife. Maybe you're a big Spyderco fan. Maybe you're a big CRKT fan. Maybe you like Buck Knives. I talked to one guy, he only buys Buck Knives. He just settled on that's the brand he likes, and it's awesome. And he'll occasionally ask me, hey, got any new Buck Knives for trade? And I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. Balisongs, that's a big one. I know so many people who don't really care about folders, but they are just balaholics, you know? They just can't get enough of them. They have a huge Balisong collection. They flip them and they love them, and that's all they care about. So yeah, just let me know. Is there something like within knives? It's kind of the same for all different hobbies. I mean, look at cars. You know, you can go to a car show and see such a variety of stuff, and people just like cars in general. Like, I just like cars. I like a little of everything when it comes to car stuff. But some people are like only about American muscle. Some people only like JDM stuff. Some people only like one particular brand, you know, or manufacturer. You know, you could absolutely be a huge car nut, but only like cars from the 40s. You know what I mean? And someone has this cool, like, 2003 Lambo or something, and you're like, I don't care. That's not my thing. So within one major broad hobby, there's lots of individual specific hobbyists, you know? So I'm curious, if there's a specific type of knife that you guys go for and you just don't care about anything else. Obviously, you guys know I love the variety. I love it all. But I do have my little mini collections of things that just are extra special to me. And this is one of them. So I thought I'd share it with you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate your time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.